Welcome everyone. Friday the 2nd of October. It is fab to have everyone back for week 2. The plan for this week is we're going to be chatting about customers. We're going to talk a little bit about who your target market is, what their demographic traits might be like. We're going to talk a little bit about defining customers' psychographic traits, more kind of features around what's on their mind, their dreams, desires, and needs. We're going to talk a little bit about channels, talk about where do customers find their information and how can that play a really important part in your marketing mix, and then really getting into talking about their needs. So your target market refers to a group of potential customers to whom wants to buy your products and services. At this point, it needs to be measurable. At some point in your pitch deck, you're going to be asked, how big is your target market? Or people like to use the phrase total addressable market, or TAM. How big is your pool of potential buyers? Because that'll give them an idea how big your business can be over time. So probably the simplest thing to talk about is demographic traits. And these are really important because they're quite easily measurable. So I'll show you the example of how you set up an Instagram ad later, although no, this isn't a marketing session, but you can see demographic traits are really easy to set filters on, really easy to measure. Making life a little bit tougher though is your psychographic traits. So this is where you get a little bit messier. These are the qualitative traits that are much more about your customer's personality and actually what they believe in and what they want to achieve in life. Much harder to measure, but sadly, much more important, because here you're really tapping into needs and a real reason for you to belong in their lives and do that job. Something I'm going to come back to again and again is a really simple framework that I call attributes, benefits, and values. So an attribute of your product is physically what it does. How do you find your customers? And that's going to be one of the most important questions that we'll be thinking about as we look at your pitches, but also, of course, that you'll be looking at as you think about your business. Where are we heading? What's the output of all of this? Well, look, I think the key thing is, however you want to do it, you need to be able to articulate, describe, write down your target market or your 2 or 3 target markets. A really simple way of doing that is what we call the kind of avatar framework, which is splitting your demographics onto one side and your psychographics onto the other.